Oh yeah, here you go. I also got this. And he's like, this is for a guy. It was like, oh yeah, I'm getting it for so and so who was who's with me and all that stuff. The guy that was following you, he was like, oh yeah, that guy. And he's like, oh okay, you know him.
Yes. Buying t-shirts for strangers all the time.
And he's like, a very weird conversation. Even he was like, because I mentioned that the statue wasn't for me. And he's like, are you getting another thing? Or it's like, nope. And I walk downstairs. I have it in the bag that I already have. So it's not like I'm carrying the shirt around. And then I'm like, hello. Hi. Did you see my message? No. Ready to go? He's like, yeah, sure. And, we're walking and he's like, did you see my message? No. We walk a few blocks. Did you see my message? Okay, what the fuck is this bit?
Yep. And this is pretty much how it went. And with this, hello and welcome everybody to the AwkwardCast, where A&Y and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. And we are back. It has been a hot minute, but we are back. And we brought somebody else back.
I'm sorry, guys. We have lives that are outside of this show.
I know. Colin, right?
Yes.
Okay,
hello.
AKA AeroArtwork.
I can't believe that you can't remember his name when the last time he was on, we literally replaced our heads of our previous artwork with Colin's head.
I remember him. I remember his drawn face. But I don't remember his first name, IRL. I remember his online nickname, which is everywhere in the promotion.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Colin. You're not memorable.
I barely remember your first name, Katie.
It's okay. It
happens. No, Colin.
Just the name. It's a name. I'm okay with either way. Mission failed successfully.
Sorry, I'm just kind of. I like the idea of me being like, okay, I'm taking back the shirt. Denim, and then Denim comes in and just violently rips it off. It's like, it's.
But yeah.
But yes, Colin, it's been a while. So for the people who didn't watch the show in 2021, I guess, who are you? What do you do? And why should people care?
And the best I could find of you.
Question.
Yeah, and the best I could find of you is your Twitter, unless you have a better magnum opus to represent yourself.
Nah, that's really the best that I got.
Okay,
I'm just a general cool dude who online who does a lot of art, animation. I do a lot of work with Salty DK Dan, as most people would know here would probably know me for. In the friend log, I just kind of get around. I work on a bunch of games.
Professional simp named Grumpilo.
Yeah, that's me. That's mainly what I do. I mainly chill online, just post a bunch of art when I can. Commissions are open; they're pretty much always open, as you can see. I'm looking for as much work as I can right now. And just generally having fun, making cool stuff. That's what's all about, baby. Making people smile with my artwork, as in per name.
That is pretty solid. It's like making people smile. I mean, yeah.
Making people smile. It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
And
you also got run over by a car, but we don't
I did get run over by a car, and somebody pointed out in the friend lock community that I apparently predicted my own death, which is honestly really funny. I don't even remember doing that.
It's always good when we accidentally predict deaths. It's like when I was I don't know if it was in the anime cut, but when Auntie came out before she fully evolved into Sandslash, she was like, hey guys, who do you think's gonna die today? I'm thinking the two dogs.
I remember that.
Both Asty and Gerber died in the same episode. Oh, that's one of my worst moments. In that it's a great moment, but God, I wish I wasn't Nostradamus when it comes to people's deaths.
Friendlock is great, but I always wish I had better Pokemon.
Oh yeah, honestly, you were a bug, and then
I was a
bug.
Were you
second season?
I was a Seismitoad, so it was a frog made out of balls, and then the ugliest little worm creature in the newest season.
Oh, come on. Not Wurmple. Fucking, Wiglet. Wiglet's great, though.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there's...
like, hold on. Let me get an image of Wiglet and Wug Trio. Like, guys, just imagine these good little boys with Colin's little hat. Like, aren't these just delightful?
Oh, very, very. Let me replace Colin's magnum opus with this.
Yay!
There it is. That's me.
I do wish you got the shiny Wiglet because it looks so stupid. Which is, oh god. Why must one of the most noticeable shiny things be so ugly?
Phallic symbol.
Pissworm.
I don't know.
Wait,
I know Derek's probably gonna want to take a break for it for a while, but I hope if there's ever another friend lock, I hope I get something a bit more useful. I mean, I was pretty useful-ish in season 2, but I kind of had like a premature death from something that was custom made
from Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I mean, but not everybody can say that they got killed by Adam Sandler, because there were like some people in the community who were like pissed about that, but it's like, why are you getting pissed over funny Pokemon art?
For context, because the second season was modded. And the modders actually modded in Adam Sandler and Dunkachino. Al Pacino, Dunkachino.
Rip Dunk.
And
Rip.
It turned into a near team wipe. At the end of that stream was so quiet because it was like, what the fuck happened? Because it was the end of the stream too.
Yeah. And then people in the community got mad because it's like, this is not in the actual game. It's not a canon fight, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, guys, I got killed by Adam Sandler. That's funny as hell. You can't get that content anywhere else.
And then I made them angrier by having Coach go in for recon because I was like, well, look, my health issues was like, I can't do another stream, man.
I guess that's fair
I'm gonna
enough.
kill my character the way I want to. Dying by a psychic type. Which means that 2 of my characters both died by psychic types.
It was definitely an eyebrow raise, but you had your reasons for it, so you're based.
Yeah, exactly.
For that.
I am based. Hooray. But yeah, Colin, what have you been up to recently? I know you said, like, you've been going full-time,
Lee's attempting to.
Well, what has been going on recently? The Adventures of Colin.
I mean, I've been generally spending a lot of my days either working on commissions or playing video games. And that usually just ranges from, comics, for example, and I'm helping work with Derek and Claire. There's stuff that I'm hoping to do some work for to, as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I just general commissions as well, taking sketches and color commissions from people. The biggest thing that is on my docket right now is actually not commission work, but for the past year and a half, I've been helping out with a fan game called Undertale Yellow. I think I might even mention it last time I was on here. It's a full scale prequel to Undertale, based off of one of the other human souls in the game, and I was always good friends with the developers of that game, and about a year and a half ago they brought me on, and the game is releasing later this year. Like, it's a full game, like all 3 routes, like play it through. It's like anywhere from like 10 to 12 hours if you want to play. Like, it's a full game. It's a full prequel. It's very high quality, very well written, very memorable, great music. I'm very, very, very excited to see that get released online. That's probably one of my favorite things I've gotten to work on, like, ever. So I'm really excited for that.
Is there any linkage to something to observe or to stay on top of it that I can put in the description?
Let me grab. They're also on Twitter. Oh, hold on, sorry, 1 second.
Whatever is a good way to look into the project yourself for anybody interested.
Yeah, the main one will definitely be its Twitter and its Game Jolt page, and I'll drop both of those.
Excellent. Then
And it's kind of old, but there is also a demo from the game from like 6 years ago. But so drop the Game Jolt page.
Excellent.
Oh no, that's the Twitter link again. What the heck?
It doesn't want to let you open the other one.
No, never, never, never. Nightmare. Oh god, my back.
Never. And compared to we did have a small delay on it that we recently announced, but that delay is not too much of a big difference because we're basically done with the game. Like we're putting in like the last couple fights in the game, like 2 or 3 cutscenes. I probably shouldn't go into detail, but you know, it's not too far off from completion, and most of that time is gonna just be taken from just doing some cleanup and, you know, doing some overall testing with a bunch of people to make sure there aren't any, you know, major bugs before release. I can't say like a time window on where it would be released, or Sword or Master Sword Remix. The lead developer of the project will probably snipe me from halfway across the continent. But do look forward to that. It's not like other fan games where it's like, okay guys, we're almost done, and it's like nowhere near done. No, the game is basically done. That is the crazy part. That the game is basically done. We're in the last stage. We're putting in all that stuff. I just can't go into too much more detail. Just know that it's epic as heck.
Spoil the ending. Spoil the ending. Spoil the ending.
Clover Clover hits the gritty and then does a little twirl. That's it. That's the ending.
I mean, it's also a prequel. We kind of know a big element about the ending already.
Yeah, it's a prequel, but there might be some surprises.
I hope so.
I definitely recommend people give it a play when it's done, even if you're not like big Undertale or not. I really hope this gets as big, if not bigger, than it was when the first demo released about 6 years ago. I'm very excited. I'm gonna watch like every Let's Play. I'm gonna watch like every review. I hope it gets like comic does. I hope it gets a bunch of fan art. It's gonna be great. It is great, and I'm very happy and very excited that I got to be a part of something like this. It's really special, and that's probably been the biggest thing that I've been working on for the past while.
Well, there you go. There you go. But you said you were playing a lot of video games recently, so are any of those video games the media you want to talk about today? Seamless transition, Chrissy. Seamless transition.
I can't. So it's really funny because I started playing Legends Arceus for the first time a couple weeks back ago, but I've noticed with a lot of games recently, they're very not subtle about how inspired they are from Breath of the Wild. Even if they do some of their own things. Legends Arceus, Sonic Frontiers, a lot of like newer open world games. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but sometimes they just take a little bit too much from them. Then I just got inspired to play Breath of the Wild, and I'm just playing that now instead.
So do you want to talk about Breath of the Wild? Because you have someone who will love to contribute to that.
Sure. It's really funny because I've done a good couple of playthroughs of Breath of the Wild, but I've seen the ending. Like I know the final boss. Like I know how the game is. I know the entire story, but I never sat down and like beat it myself. Just mainly because I could not stand one of the missions to get to one of the divine beasts. It was for the escort mission to get to Fireblight again with what's his name, Yunimbo, something like that. I could not stand that mission like the first couple times I played it, but Mallory was here with me and we made it a good fun time, and I finally got through it. So I beat all the divine beasts the first time, and I'm currently right now grinding and get a bunch of stuff ready to go take on Ganon for the first time. It's been fun. I was like, this feels nice. I don't know why I'm playing this all of a sudden right now, but it feels nice and I'm playing it.
Well,
oh wait, I'm not sharing.
Question. Oh, great job, Max. We go on a break for a few weeks.
It's probably for the best, given that Nintendo are pretty much heartless dicks when it comes to copyright stuff.
Well, Colin, I do have an important question to ask you.
Yeah.
This defines your entire taste and my opinion of you in general.
Okay. Hold on.
Urbosa, yes or no?
Yes.
Good.
Wood.
Based person. Wood, definitely. Based. Good. You're allowed to live another day.
Good.
Urbosa is everything I want to be. I just one of those things I can't be unless I stretched my body to infinity, given that she's like 7 feet tall.
And getting the toned skin will also be tricky for you.
I also recently learned that her voice actor is the same as Midnight from My Hero and Sainijima from Persona 5.
Ah.
Of course she is. But fine, let me rephrase this. I want to be a really pale Urbosa. I have the red hair if I just grew it out.
True.
But Urbosa's great. That and the fish people. But all 3 of them.
See,
Let me hold their hands.
Honestly, all of the
everyone
all
in Breath of the Wild is hot. Yes, Colin, we know.
But yeah, to lead it to the usual, like, who would you think would enjoy the game? Who would you recommend it to, and who should potentially stay away?
I mean, it's Zelda, so like a lot of people are obviously, it's one of the biggest IPs in the world, so it's like most people can get their hands on the game and, you know, play it and get used to it. I'd probably recommend it to most people. I can't necessarily think of a group of people who wouldn't want to play it. I mean, outside of people who probably just play like, you know, like hardcore FPSs all day, like Call of Duty, and don't play anything else. I mean, if anything, I would recommend them is like play something else for once. Cause I don't know, it's just like I play a lot of games. I play just anything that's put in front of me, and then I judge if I like it or not. I'm not specific, even though I'm more of a Nintendo, PlayStation guy. It's like I'll play any game, and I'll recommend any game to anybody, more or less, if I think it's good. If I think it's good, I'll recommend it to everybody. If I don't think it's good, I won't recommend it to anybody. So it goes into specifics of the game. It's like, I don't know. I'd probably recommend Breath of the Wild to everybody. It is literally rated E for everybody. Anybody can pick up and play it.
I guess if you don't like open world games, you may not like it.
I guess. I don't know. I can't necessarily think of a reason as to why I wouldn't recommend it to people. That's fun. Maybe people who aren't like super into games, but that just goes with games in general. Like if somebody was playing video games for the first time, I probably would not recommend Breath of the Wild, because even I have a tough time with the controls sometimes, and I'm like a full avid gamer. So it's like, but even if you have the least bit of like experience with a video game, I'm like, yeah, play Breath of the Wild. I don't know if it's gonna be your thing, but I recommend it to everybody. So,
if you already own a Switch, I guess.
Baby's first open world for babies.
Okay. Then.
Okay, that was very simple.
Yeah. Who should?
I mean, did you pick a media you wanted? What?
I said, who should play it? Everybody should play it. That's the TLDR.
The end. But okay, did you pick a media you want to do, Maxi?
Yeah, I mean, I was considering to try to channel me from over a week ago, I don't know. So me coming right off the plane, where I have watched some movies, as one does in a transatlantic flight, for all those who have never done it before. And one of the movies that I watched for the first time was the one, the only, the third in a series of which is a sequel to another series of 3, Jurassic World Dominion. And oh boy, is this movie bad. It's not bad as the second one was, which just had long stretches of like, what the fuckness. Stuff is happening in this movie, but it's amazingly stupid. So I just...
How are horses keeping up with dinosaurs?
This reminds me of the ending. I will probably have to talk about the ending.
Sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes. So... Oh god, it starts here. Like with Blue.
It's baby Blue.
Blue has a mama now. Blue is a mama now, and basically reproduced asexually. So she's basically cloning herself. That sounds healthy. Oh yeah, the fucking taming gesture is back, and Here's the thing. When he first did this in original Jurassic World, also this monster once again is only there for the trailer shot. After that, it's not there, really.
The most terrifying dinosaur that they actually have, that was a real dinosaur, they don't use!
Nope. It's once again there in the beginning for a dramatic introduction, and after that it's completely dropped off. So, okay.
Fuck off.
Introduction. Talking about introduction. So how does this movie start? Oh no, this is... Oh, okay, they cut away from it.
How
there's this scene, this scene. You remember that scene?
Yeah, pause, please.
Yeah, this scene. Oh, her crawling slowly away from the presumably
We're getting the
blind
excitement
dinosaur.
he had when he first described this movie. Let me tell you.
This is a great shot, but it's fucking stupid. This scene is stupid.
Let me tell you, eating pancakes without having the trailer visual while he is ear to ear drinking diner coffee that is too strong, describing this movie. It's like...
Also...
Oh my god.
So many great memories from so many dumb scenes. Oh yeah. So, okay, I need to get started on actually giving some of the aspects of the movie. So first of all, what is the premise? The premise of the movie, for everybody who hasn't watched the second Jurassic World movie, so there was a singular facility, just one villa out there in nowhere, which had a bunch of dinosaurs in the basement that they captured from the Jurassic World island, which by the way got completely destroyed by a volcano because, yeah, I would also build my entire theme park on an island with an active volcano. Good job. But yeah, so basically most dinosaurs got killed except for the ones who got captured and put into the basement of this singular villa in North America. One place with a handful of dinosaurs, probably not even enough to breed them. We are now X years later, probably a one-digit number of years later, and they're literally everywhere. They just have become part of dinosaurs everywhere in the world even. So even the non-flying dinosaurs are now in every continent. They're just part of the scenery, including the big ones who kill people. It's
because why not?
Yeah, the movie literally starts out with some kind of VTuber-esque, not VTuber, but YouTuber-esque independent reporter who is just making a little bit of a video essay about how dinosaurs are now basically back. They are now standard. They're now things. So in a movie about dinosaurs being officially back and somehow within a couple of years omnipresent on the entire planet, it's about locusts. It's about giant locusts. That's what the plot is about. The plot is not about the dinosaurs anymore. It's about the fucking locusts. I'm not sure if you get a picture of one of the actual things, but they're that big. So that big of locusts. Also, I want to point out, those dinosaurs who have a hard time staying on top of Owen on a motorbike are not able to catch Clarice when she's running on foot. And they intersplice those two chase scenes in the movie to make it absolutely clear how absolutely stupid it is that she is able to outrun those dinosaurs who can keep up with a motorbike. Do we get the random? Nope. There's so many random ass shots that I loved in this movie. Like, I need to stop watching the trailer or else. I love this poster because it also shows some of the problems. There are too many people and too many dinosaurs in this movie.
Why does it look like a Doctor Strange poster? It doesn't look... Fucking Jurassic World, No Way Home. Like, what is happening?
Basically, yeah. Okay, here's also, I guess, this is already spoiler. Okay, I still try to keep it a little bit of getting completely spoiler before I then even turn the tag on, if anybody cares about it. I can. Here's the thing: I cannot recommend watching the movie if you actually want to watch a good movie. But if you want to have a good laugh, if you want to watch an accidentally hilarious movie, if you want to play a great drinking game movie, I can see a bazillion rules for this one to murder people by drinking. What else is there that can be said? Oh, for anybody who was wondering and has seen the second movie. So in the second movie, there was this fantastic new invention of you have a device that you point at somebody you want to kill. And what this device does is it uses a laser pointer to mark the person, and then a dinosaur comes and eats you. You know, you're basically in a position that is kind of like... Yeah, maybe you can make a case of like, hey, it's easier to smuggle a laser pointer to assassinate somebody than bring an entire gun. But you forget that you also need to smuggle the dinosaur in with the laser pointer.
It's just in a pet carrier.
It's it's absolute. It was absolutely dumb in the second movie. This idea of like, haha, you know, we have. I believe in the second movie they have the laser pointer literally mounted on a gun. So it's even like, so you're pointing this on the person you want to kill and use the laser pointer for the dinosaur to come and kill the person. Eventually, but yeah, they bring it back. So I don't even know what they are. If they're velociraptors or whatever, they are there to. They are the result of laser pointing. It's they bring it back instead of retconning it or pretending that this never existed, and that the internet made fun of them for 2 years. They doubled down on it, and they own it. I have respect for that. They are like, this was fucking dumb. Let's get 4 dinosaurs in who hunt by laser pointer.
And don't forget Wolverine dinosaur.
Oh yeah, Wolverine dinosaur, which we quickly saw in the trailer. Here's the thing, they try to run up the dinosaurs in this movie, as they always did, like, as they did in the World Series. Because in the old one, it was T-Rex. T-Rex was just like the boss.
I'm a T-Rex.
Exactly. I'm a motherfucking T-Rex. But yeah, Jurassic World. They were like, a T-Rex isn't exciting enough. Let's genetically engineer the Dominus Rex or whatever they called it, which is just like T-Rex but worse. In the next one, they had another. In the second one, they had the laser pointer dino, because so much was threatening. But no, in the first one, they also had T-Rex. They had T-Rex team up with, I believe, with Blue to defeat the Dominus Rex, because dinos do this. And to just team up to kill the better boy. But yeah, okay, now I have to say a few things about the ending. So if you care at all, you will have your spoiler warning up right now. But honestly, I think it might actually be fun to get surprised by those revelations towards the ending of the film. Of the movie, because I was like it was hilarious when I first witnessed it while watching it. But yeah, First of all, if you want to know where the franchise has been going, remember the first movie when they came to the island, when people kept dying left and right, and you had this hardcore group of people who barely survived and were highly traumatized? Now, in this movie, we basically have everybody of the Jurassic Park franchise. We have everybody of the Jurassic World franchise. We have at least 2 new characters. And the film ends with every named character, except for the villain who gets obligatorily eaten by dinosaurs, make it in an escape helicopter. Everybody survives. This is where the franchise went. Like,
too sanitized.
Yeah. Everybody's a fan favorite who is still alive, so you can't kill any of them.
Kill Chris Pratt. I mean, like, maybe the Mario movie will do what Jurassic World couldn't.
Definitely. Then also, I mentioned before that there's, this time, besides the Tyrannosaurus, we also have an Allosaurus, which is the biggest lizard that ever lived on the planet or something like this, who earlier in the movie just pwned the T-Rex, and the T-Rex is like, But then, due to shenanigans, all the dinosaurs are in this building, at the end of the movie. And first of all, T-Rex comes in. And T-Rex cannot stop himself or herself from walking behind a circular waterfall, like walking behind it, and the moment when just the head of the T-Rex is in the waterfall going "Rah!" and basically posing to resemble the Jurassic Park logo. Like,
it's like the lion in the MGM logo kind of thing. It's so dumb. Also, I looked up Allosaurus because I was like, let's get a visual for it. This is the first image first image result on Google, and it fucking kills me.
Oh, that is a good one. But yeah, it's actually the one on the left. Here's T-Rex, here's the Allosaurus. But to share, let's replace this, because this is very fitting for what I'm going to describe. So, we had as I mentioned before, we had the sequence where T-Rex and Allosaurus met each other, and Allo pwned T-Rex, and T-Rex was just like, fine, it's your territory now, meh. So, T-Rex comes in, Allo comes in, they're standing on top of, here are the humans who are trying to escape, like, oh no, here's one dinosaur, here's another dinosaur, the humans in the middle, and one of the humans is just like, that's not about us, pew, and they just run away while the two dinosaurs start fighting. And then Allosaurus, once again, being the superior being, beats T-Rex. T-Rex topples down like, blah, and lies there, motionless. But then a new challenger appears, and Slicey McSlice with the claws comes back in and is now like, hey, you, Allo guy, and starts slicing at Allo, and Allo starts biting at Slicey McSlice. But then, close up, T-Rex, the eye, blip, back open, and T-Rex basically stands up, a little bit of a skirmish, pushes, because dinosaurs with tiny arms are pushes Allo into the spiky hands of that guy. So he gets impaled there, like properly dead. T-Rex and Slicey like rah, rah, dip, 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 walk off. And the humans, by the way, in the meantime just climb into the helicopter and fly off. This is kind of the climax of the movie. It's and then there's the final shot, which is, you know what, I leave something. The final shot is the stupidest thing of the entire movie, and I leave it for you to watch it yourself. So,
now imagine being tired from a long day of travel, having your first meal of the day, and that being described to you with intense fervor.
Yeah,
that was my Thursday.
Jurassic World, as I said before, dumb movie, not a good movie. I would not recommend it as a good movie, especially since you have to sit through the second Jurassic World movie first, which was also dumb, but it had more boring stretches. It was not a boring one. I give Dominion that. It was not boring. But I mean, I was literally laughing in the middle of a plane ride while watching it. So it's funny. Moments that's not supposed to. So if this description sounds appealing to you, watch it. If not, don't. Very easy.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It is. But yeah.
It's so dumb.
With that,
I like the idea of this is a very expensive, long. You know what? I would have respected a Jurassic World series if it zoomed out and it was just all the culmination of people playing with their toys, like the fucking Lego movie, and it's actually like one of the OG Jurassic Park people's kids or something. Like that would make so much of Jurassic World make sense. Anyways, let's talk about a good piece of media, shall we? So, we started watching Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I love this show. It's so good. It's so good. How to describe this show?
Yeah, good luck.
Huh?
Good luck describing this show.
Okay, so I guess to give the plot of it, speaking of dinosaurs.
Segue.
So, yeah, Colin, why didn't
your... very centric night.
Why didn't your media have dinosaurs, Colin?
Are there really no dinosaurs at all in Breath of the Wild? There are dragons.
There's dragons, which is kind of close enough. They're
Oh,
reptilian in nature.
Those are dinosaurs playing D&D. Those are nerd dinosaurs. They don't
Even
count.
nerd
They're
dinosaurs.
nerds. They're nerds. Okay. But yeah, so Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is about Lunella Lafayette, this little girl who lives on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And because of stuff happening in the city and the fact that the Avengers don't even leave 14th Street, she decides, I want to try to help the Lower East Side. And one of her experiments goes a little bit haywire and opens a hole in the space-time continuum, as they do. And coming out of that rip in the space-time continuum is work that translates to like the end of the world as we know it, or shortened to Devil, this adorable good boy who I love with all my heart and will kill anyone who tries to hurt him because Devil is so cute. I love Devil. And they become superheroes, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, because she's basically one of the smartest characters in the universe, and makes because here's the thing, I read the comics. She in the comics she wasn't an Inhuman, so she was technically a mutant. Here she's just really smart and makes essentially a more aesthetically pleasing iron suit that's not made of iron. It's made of sports equipment. So think like Gear from Static Shock, I guess, is the closest person I can say that has her like genius and powers. She was also smart enough to learn how to translate Devil's grunts, which is apparently a language. Sure. But yeah. So, and all the episodes are her adventures, her learning, because she's also, a 13-year-old kid who has obvious social problems. And her learning how to be a person and be a super person. I guess the first thing I have to say is they reference Marvel stuff, but you don't see Spider-Man coming in at any point. It's actually very self-contained, and this is a thing that is a plus. It is tangentially in the Marvel universe. Like, if they didn't mention, like, a Wakanda Center or the Avengers, you wouldn't know it's a Marvel show.
Yeah. And especially an MCU show.
I didn't even really know it was a Marvel show, so...
Yeah.
But yeah,
I haven't looked at it much. I haven't even looked at it much, so...
It doesn't have any of the MCU stink on it, so this is a big plus from me. Exactly, Odie. I'm also fucking tired of the MCU, but this is a wind of fresh air. Again, standalone, except for references that could happen in any Marvel property or any comic. So yeah, so far, unless they ruin it and make it officially, like canonically part of the MCU by some crossovers, good shit. But sorry, your media.
But no, yeah, and each episode is just them doing things. It's fairly episodic. I mean, there's character development, but there's not like... I guess I would say it's kind of like Futurama. The things are fairly episodic, but character development does stick, If there's a change to the status quo, there's a change to the status quo. But you know what? I'm fine with. I watch a lot of serialized cartoons. Sometimes it's nice to just have fun. But I do think that this show is appealing enough that it would even get people who tend to not like episodic cartoons to like it. Because I know some people who really like structure to their stories. The show looks great. I'm sure basically anyone who's seen a clip of the show knows how nice the show looks. Like, it is a gorgeous looking show. It's animated by the same people who did Rise of the TMNT, so you're going to get like a lot of dynamic animation and a lot of fun expressions and all that stuff. Everything looks ripped out of a comic book. Like, even how the characters are posed. When they talk, sometimes little emote bubbles come out and stuff. And like, during fight scenes, like, music starts playing and all the colors just change to this like super like neon kind of vapor wavy look. It's so it's visual candy, and it's colored like candy.
I really should give the look then at some point, because that's like a lot of my favorite stuff in animation.
Oh yeah, you would love this. Lunella has these little goggles when she's Moon Girl that have constantly changing like emotes and stuff. Like if she is like curious about something, they turn into little pink question marks and things. I love it. I want a pair. And the characters are great. I love Lunella. It is very easy to get me annoyed with a teenage kid. But Lunella is adorable. And her best friend.
Yeah, I was about to say, BFF
I have,
is also
I have
great.
not mentioned her best friend. Casey is one of my favorite.
The Lauren to
my
Lunella's Chrissy.
Yes, Casey is. I was introducing the show to some of my friends, ones that are not Max, and
but also to me.
But yes, I was introducing it to you, but I was introducing it to other people, specifically our friends Tia and Chris. And Tia saw Casey for the first time and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hate her. She reminds me of popular kids at my school." And then the episode continued. She was like, "Oh, Casey's so cute." It's like, yeah, you think she's gonna be a bitch, but she's just so sweet, and she does have a bit of awkward, but she's also like super savvy into social media and stuff. She's what I think Peter Parker's friend was supposed to be in the Spider-Man Tom Holland movies. You know, the guy behind the chair, except she actually does do things. But like, oh, she's so funny. Because she's so, like, she is unabashedly girl boss, but not in a cringy way. I don't know how else to describe that. I know that sounds like jumbo shrimp, like an oxymoron, but she's great. I want Casey's energy. She's so much. I mean, she even says, people say that I'm a lot. She is, but she's precious and I love her. And she has 2 dads, and she's very sweet to them. Even though I've had 3 people point out to me that when Casey's dads are on screen, they're like, those are her fathers? They're so young.
Yeah, I was one of them. They look like, I mean, how old is Lunella? 12, 13? 13. Casey's in the same class, so she's probably also around 13. And her dads look like they're in their mid-20s.
Maybe they had them young.
Due to her them being dead, she's clearly adopted, I guess. So,
or surrogate.
But if it would be surrogate and her dad's in the mid-20s, that surrogacy happened a little bit too early.
I feel like they're probably just in their 30s and they're young looking. You know, it is possible.
Yeah. I am definitely not an example for that claim, but allegedly it is possible.
But like, I mean, you also did think that Lunella's dad was her brother or something when we first saw it.
Yeah, adults in general come across very young in this show.
But also, Lunella's family is another set of characters I want to talk about. They're so cute. Because they're like a multi-generational family living in like one household, and they run a business together. They run a roller rink. Because, oh, by the way, if you love roller skating animation, you'll love this show. Because Lunella, Moon Girl, basically, when she's not flying with a jetpack, she's roller skating everywhere. And it's so cool looking. But, you know, you have her grandfather, her grandmother, Mimi, and then you have her mother and father. And they are her father's parents. Which did cause like a bit of confusion when Max was like, he's so young, and he calls the grandfather just dad, you know, like you would call your father. So, though I love them. The grandmother totally knows Lunella is Moon Girl. I'm calling it. By the end of the season or something, that's gonna get revealed.
I mean, my standing theories at this point are, because Lunella calls herself Moon Girl after the first episode stuff. So she gives herself the name Moon Girl after a science lady from many years ago who called herself Moon Girl and who gave her a lot of inspiration, I believe, including for the portal that brought Devil to us. And my standing theories are like, either this is Lunella after time travel shenanigans, becoming her own inspiration somehow, because she has a portal to the past. It's currently out of commission, but it can reach back into the dinosaur era, so I think traveling a few decades back should be possible. Or the original Moon Girl was her grandmother, or her grandmother was the science lady back then. I don't know.
I can believe it, but I love all of her family because
Yeah.
they're flawed in the perfect way. Again, another oxymoron, but I don't know how else to describe it. The show's just written so freshly. Like I feel good watching this show. And not in a like a ooh wholesome way, just it feels good to watch it. Like a once you pop you can't stop kind of thing, because we just kept putting on episode after episode. You don't get a fatigue watching this show. And I know that's like, what are the shows you're watching that give you fatigue? Look, there's a lot of good shows that make you a little bit tired after watching it. We watched an episode of Doom Patrol last week that I was like, oh, that was a great episode. I'm glad we're returning to this show. You want to watch another episode? Absolutely not. Not right now. Like, you know, you have those shows, right? And where it's like, you need a break. You don't want to make an actively bad decision, like binge watching all of BoJack Horseman in one go.
No, don't do that.
Unless you want to discover the temptation of alcoholism. Maybe this will make the pain go away. But no, it's such a fun show. It's fun. And you know, a lot of them actually have really good messages too. The last episode we watched was actually, if I had a nickel for every episode of a show we've watched recently that has an episode about black hair, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, and I'm mad that it isn't. Where Lunella's hair gets like insulted by like a kid at school, saying that it always looks messy and frizzy. And as you can obviously see, she has an afro. She has afro puffs kind of thing. And so she tries to make like a relaxer to straighten her hair.
There you see her natural hairstyle without the helmet.
And you know, being Lunella, she sciences it up a lot and accidentally makes the relaxer too strong. It makes most of her hair fall out because she forgot to put a neutralizer in it. And the hair comes to life.
As it does.
And she actually has like a really nice moment with her grandmother and her mother, because they both have had moments where they were, you know, treated differently because of how their hair looked, because their natural hair is often regarded as messy and unprofessional. You know, racism. And it was handled really nice. It's so good. Like, it's a very proud show to be who it is and made by the people it is. By the way, Morpheus is the producer of this show. And he does play a character in it.
Yeah.
Called the Beyonder. I can't say much about him because he's like a walking spoiler. But he's great. I love the Beyonder. He's so funny. And when you get to him and you realize that he's been in the show the whole time and how he is, it's genius. The show is genius. I love this show. Everyone should watch it. I don't know who would dislike the show. Do you know who would dislike the show? Colin. Colin will dislike the show. Colin will be our designated dislike person.
If you really can't stand...
No. I like a lot of things, though.
If you can't stand cartoons, specifically very stylized ones. Because, yeah, this one is oozing style.
Yeah, you know what? Colin, the dinosaur in the show said that Mal is mid. Now you have to hate it.
It's okay. The dinosaur is objected to its own opinions, even if it thinks Mal is mid.
Oh,
Well, I guess nobody dislikes the show. It's proven.
Yeah, everyone go watch it.
Exactly.
And then thank me later for recommending it, because it is one of the newer cartoons that have come out recently. It's one of my favorites.
Watch it before Disney ruins it.
And it's all and if you're in a country with Disney Plus, like the first 11 episodes are out already. And if you don't have Disney Plus, put on your eye patch and go
Fiddle-dee.
But the first 2 episodes are on YouTube for free.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah.
I guess I'll link those down below.
Yeah, that's the thing I like that Disney's doing recently, is that with their new episodes and the finales of shows, they actually just put them up on the YouTube channel. Like, both of the season 3 Owl House specials are up on YouTube right now. And I think they're going to put the third one on there. I mean, they're putting the third one on Disney Plus the day after the episode comes out on Disney Channel, which is like one of the first times that they're actually putting something on a day after airing, which I'm fine with. Do more of this, please.
True that.
But yeah, so that was my media. So let's move on to the fun stuff.
Like the art of the week, which was a birthday gift for this person up there.
Can we get a simp? Simp. Like
moment.
yeah, Missy Momo made this for me, and it's very nice. I love it. Man, when you put the two guys together, it's like, it's like Chrissy has a type.
Funny though.
I mean, I'm like, people. Okay, Colin, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Okay, which one is more of a hear me out? Egon from Ghostbusters or the medic from TF2? Which
Probably
one is
the
more
medic.
of the... Really?
I mean, the medic's kind of crazy.
Yeah?
I mean, I guess at surface level, I mean, it probably wouldn't be that too much of a hear me out. But once you know what this guy has done, what kind of guy he is, if you tell me, yeah, I love the medic, I'm gonna do all this, I'd be like, hear me out.
Hear me out. Here, wait, I'm doing the Chris Pratt Raptor thing. Hear me out. Look, I mean, I've had multiple. I think I've had more people be like, the medic? Really? Compared to the Egon one, which I'm shocked of.
I didn't even talk about the stupid gesture. Let's just say it's back.
It's back at
they
full
double
force.
down on this. They double down on this one too, if this is even possible. Sorry, you were talking about your husband.
No. Okay. Let me ask you, Max. You've known me for like 9 years. So, which one is a more like, really, that one, the Ghostbuster, or the German doctor?
Yeah, I'm afraid it's also the medic because
Really?
he's a sociopath. The other one is just a nerdy eccentric.
The other one nearly drilled a hole into his head.
At least he's doing it to himself and not to others.
Egon canonically fucked slime, like living slime. Okay, really. So, chat, while I look up the questions for today, please, which one is the more like really that one? Wow. Max, did you put Colin's 30 minutes till pre-show thing in the AwkwardCast chat in your Discord?
Did I? Oh, yeah. Because due to the different time, I was like, hey, let's put it here as well as in our actual Discord where we're having this call right now, so that people are aware that okay, in 30 minutes, because it was all.
I'm sorry,
confusing.
Colin. You're not special. Apparently, you don't get to keep your special little scooter art thing.
I mean, here's the thing about if you ever watched an episode of the Muppet Show, and if you haven't, what's wrong with you? We as the audience get to see the scooter moment.
I guess we saw real Muppets while we were in New York.
It's true.
Yeah, that we got to see an old-fashioned Kermit.
Yeah, we saw an original Kermit puppet, still with the sweat and grease of Jim Henson himself stuck to it.
It was really fun. I'm getting to the questions, but there was one thing at that exhibit that made me laugh a lot. Was we were looking at one of the screens and there was like this very experimental film type thing playing, and then we found out it was an ad for like aspirin, and you were like, huh? Because Jim Henson narrated over it apparently, and it looked like if you didn't put the aspirin ad at the end, it would probably be some trippy little art film, because Lord knows that museum had plenty of exhibits about that. But yeah, that was great. But anyways, question times, the Q&A.
Indeed.
Do we have any on Twitter? Do we have our
One.
compulsory J-Rug?
We do have, and you will not have no idea what kind of question it is.
Is it a would you rather?
Whoa! How did you know?
I'm psychic. Woo!
I know, but no, we love this would you rather, so we are cool. Okay, would you rather lose all your money and valuables, or lose all the pictures you have ever taken? Oh,
What was the first one?
Would you rather lose all your money and valuables, or lose all the pictures you have ever taken? So basically, Mammon versus memories.
Well, Colin, you're our special guest. You go first.
I honestly, I'd probably rather lose all my pictures and my belongings and my money, and not just because I don't,
Wait,
care
all
about
of it?
those.
You're losing all of it?
Well, because I have my brain, I have my own memory to remember that stuff by, and if I lose my money and valuables, those are a one-time thing that I couldn't get back in a situation like that. But I'll always have like those memories, even if I don't necessarily have the pictures.
I'm looking at my wall right now of personal memories and photos, and I'm like, no, I can't recreate half of these things. I'd lose my money. I can recoup money. I work for a living. I could just be like, well, here comes the next paycheck, and then I'll be fine. I can't get rid of.
But you're ignoring the belongings part of the question, because in the belongings part, in the same vein as the pictures, I'd rather
lose. Pictures a belonging?
Wait,
no,
lose
lose
all your money and valuables, or lose all the pictures you have taken.
Because the valuables are belongings. Who's to say that my pictures aren't valuables?
Whoa! But pictures you
Colin brings up a loophole in
pictures you have taken. So I guess we are literally talking about all the pictures on your phone and shit.
If we exclude photos, I'd probably still have that same answer, because I feel like valuables that have like stories behind those are more rare and more close to me than like pictures that I can just keep in my memory.
Okay, well, if it's pictures we've taken ourselves, then I'll stay with keeping with the money and valuables, because the pictures on my wall are not ones I've taken. Because Lord knows, I don't know how I would have taken this picture of us at Benihana.
So I probably would just. I have my memories. I'm content with that personally.
Oh no, the thumbtack went away. Oh no, what do I do? Okay, you're going over here now. This is where you live. Okay, well, Max.
It is on the one hand, I'm not too big on money and valuables. So technically, I'm like losing those and potentially earning something. And I also don't have too many valuables with attached memories to them, because I don't care too much about valuables. So I have stuff. I had a lot of stuff that has memories to it. But yeah,
but everything has a memory.
But I mean, like, except for maybe an expensive piece of jewelry or two, I don't have valuables. And I mean, money. But on the other hand, I also like to have a buffer, like to just have some money on the account to not have to worry about it.
Also, also just not having money in this day and age just sucks. It makes everything harder. So being able to keep that and being able to keep myself healthy and getting things for other people to create even more
and to make
memories
new
and
memories.
Yeah. But on the other hand, pictures, no? Pictures taken, which are also like, sometimes you just look at them and are like, oh. Oh, that's an actual toughie for me, at least. I mean, you two seem to have had a very easy time to answer it.
Well, okay, because I discovered the caveat, it's only pictures that I have taken. Luckily, I usually have people taking pictures of me.
Well, I guess then it is pictures. You doomed it, unless they are valuables or self-made ones. So I guess now your entire memory wall is at stake after all.
What? But no, if it's pictures that were taken by me, I don't have any pictures taken by me on my memory wall. Like, I have pictures that people have taken of me, but I have not taken them. And also most of my memory wall is artwork.
Either way, I guess I go with the money after all, because again, I'm not much into valuables. Money is for me a means to its ends, and one of those ends are probably having things that remind me of shit. So yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of a romantic in that aspect, that I'm like, yeah, I would rather keep my pictures. And
if I didn't have the caveat of pictures taken of me versus pictures I've taken, I probably would have kept my pictures.
But yeah, I guess that's all I have on Twitter, so it's all to you now.
Yeah, you know what's great? Another Would You Rather.
Hey.
From some creative name. Ask Awkward, would you rather have a Catholic priest scroll through every photo on your phone in both the camera roll and the download folder while sitting across from him and witnessing him react to each one, or have a younger cousin who loves you and respects you very much go through all your browser history from 2020 to 2023? Give me the priest. I want him to suffer.
Yeah, give me the priest. Let him judge me. I don't even
That's
believe in
comedy
anyways.
right there. Like,
yeah, I mean, I also have. Oh, why did it peak so bad again? I also have to go with the priest. I don't have anything on my phone, and I mean, technically, does browser history in anonymous mode count?
it's everything. It's everything.
But there is no browser history in anonymous mode or incognito mode. That's the name of it.
Sure, tell yourself that you're the.
But yeah,
the data mining companies also think that way too.
That's a fair point. Yeah. So no, here's the thing. I want to switch it. I want to rather have the priest go through my browser history for the same comedy, because giving him my phone will be boring for the priest. And I definitely don't want to have a young cousin who respects me and looks up to me.
Loves and respects me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna scroll through my phone. I'm not showing it, but I'm gonna scroll through my phone, and the first image that I see where I'm like, oh no, I don't want my young someone I respect to see that, then I'll stop.
Yeah, like I said, let me be the priest. They can call me a sinner all they want. I don't believe in religion.
I mean, some of these I feel like would still be funny, because I did have like a moment while I was on the plane being very bored, and I just started saving pictures from a Twitter account I found called Shirts That Go Hard, because there's so some of these shirts are great. I mean, I did find this shirt that says kicked off of TikTok for having such a thick cock. I feel like that would be funny for a priest to see.
But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I found something that I don't want anyone to see.
Excellent.
Why is this an image on my phone?
The same question. You asked the same question last week.
When did I need this?
Either way, next question. Or do I pick one?
Oh, so did all of us pick priest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want the priest to actually go through my browser history, because then I get more of a reaction.
That is true. Let's see. Next question. Okay, Uber me.
Wait, what?
Come on,
so we have
say
two
the
people
name.
No.
Say the name. Odie worked long and hard at it.
Uber me, Daddy asks. Oh, we're going on another 3-week hiatus. Ask Awkward, if you could give your hair literally any style and length, what would you pick? Magic hair powers, go. Can we also say color? I'm adding color to that. You basically get to make your hair anything you so desire.
You know, funny enough, I kind of already like my hair how it is. The only thing I wish with my hair that it was easy.
Colin, so secure in himself. What a fucking loser.
The only thing I wish is that my hair wasn't so thick, so it'd be easier to brush, because sometimes Mallory will just like lock me down like a Mexican mother and just go to town on brushing my hair, and it hurts so much sometimes.
Look, yeah. Look at Colin. His hair is too thick and luscious. What? Wow, what a sad life you lead.
How dare. And it looks just like how I draw it in my Sona.
Well,
Totally.
I guess I just wish my hair from 15 years ago back, which is, yeah, thicker. The hairline is still here where it belongs. All the good stuff. And I mean, while we are a little bit going into Fantasyland, maybe would like to give it a natural blue hue.
What the fuck does that mean? Natural blue hue.
Here's the thing: you often see like cosplayer of like anime characters and whatnot who have wigs that are extremely colorful, and you are like, yeah, it doesn't work in reality. Sorry, this wig is very convincing, but no, I wanna. But we know from I mean more birds and animals, but we know that there's a lot of color actually that can look proper on fur and feathers and whatnot. But those extreme artificial ones don't. So I want to have a more natural blue hue.
Is this just because your hair doesn't seem to take blue hair dye very well, no matter what we do?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I never went full dye job on it. I never were like, okay, bleaching it
coward.
and doing proper blue in it.
Do it, coward.
Nah.
Okay, hold on. Trying to think.
Think harder. Think faster. Think stronger, harder.
I mean, honestly, like, can we go into like full realm of fiction with this hair? I want mood ring hair. So I want essentially the hairstyle I have now, you know, shaved sides with the lines in it, probably get a more detailed line thing. I scare every hairstylist, and that's the salon I go to, and I'm like, can you shave 2 lines into my head? And they're like, eh. But I want my hair color, like this fringe right here where there's color, to change depending on my mood.
So much for poker facing it.
I think that would be fun. And no one would know what color means each mood. They would just be like, huh, your hair color changed. When did that happen? I think that would be cool. Once someone figures out what each color correlates with each mood, maybe that would invoke fear in them. Because if they see the hair turn like fire engine red, and they're like, oh no, I made her angry. But I mean, that would ruin my poker face. I'll be scrolling through my phone, and then I see an image that I don't want my cousin who I respect to see. And then my hair turns like magenta or something, and they're like, Chrissy, what did you see? It's like, I didn't see anything. But as we learned, I'm not good at
Super
being...
Saiyan hair at that point.
Yeah! I could go Chrissy Saiyan blue, man. We all know that I'm not good at being subtle or subtle or trying to avert things, as we know from me scuttling up the stairs. So might as well just embrace the fact that I'm as subtle as a brick wall. But yeah, there you go.
That is a line that I am stealing. Subtle as a brick wall.
Thank you. It goes along with my other favorite line, which is as deep as a plate of cereal. Okay, another question from UberMe. See, I was trying to think of another word for daddy to make it less bad. The first word to come to me was father. And to me, UberMe father sounds worse.
Back to the Catholic priest, I guess.
I guess. Well, UberMe Daddy asks again, what's your favorite terrible movie from the late 90s, early 2000s? These are the questions that give me life.
If only I would know my filmography.
Does Eurotrip count as a bad movie? Because I don't think it's a bad movie.
I dare to say, in the American Pie movie genre, whatever this movie genre is called, it's probably the best there is.
The coming-of-age sex comedy, I guess?
That's a very specific and fitting term, I guess that's the name.
I don't know why I always suck with these kind of questions. It's like, I know I have an answer for it, but it never comes to my mind whenever like I'm asked it.
Okay, but what's a guilty pleasure movie you have then?
Oh, I've only ever seen it once, but it's the 80s. But I didn't think the Mario movie was that bad in the context of it being its own movie. And I think
Thank you. I like the original Mario movie.
it's bad. Don't get me wrong, but like it.
They had nothing to work off of. It was the
one thing I do like about that movie, though, is funny enough. I really like its practical effects. A lot of
the
things
practical effects are great.
A lot of things will just get randomly set on fire or like will like burn for like no reason, and what? I love that. I appreciate this movie for that.
Talking about American Pie from 1999.
I know I probably have a better answer than that for me, but I can't think of it at the moment.
And Eurotrip is 2004.
2004 was a great year for movies. Got Eurotrip, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and nothing else.
Okay, I might have. I'm just scrolling through a list, but I might have already found my.
Do tell.
My
I'm
answer.
still thinking of mine because I have the problem. I think every movie that I like is a good movie, even if it's objectively not.
I mean, there are a lot of movies in this list where I'm like, yeah, those are not. Then again, I've only looked for late 90s, early 2000 movies, so I didn't specify that they are bad movies. What was the question? Bad movies or?
What's your
or your favorite bad one?
What's your favorite terrible movie from the 90s? What's your favorite piece of schlock?
Oh, that's it's difficult again. I mean, one movie that I recall liking for some reason, I believe, was the Losers movie with Jason Biggs in the role. But the thing, why it has I have a soft spot for it. It's like it's the movie that gave us the Teenage Dirtbag Baby song.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Exactly. But yeah, the other movies in this list are either good or I don't like them. They're bad and I don't like them. So favorite bad movie is tricky.
I don't remember if Zoolander was a good movie. It's an iconic movie. Sorry, excuse me, brah. You're excused. I'm not your brah. But
Okay, let's try.
Okay, I know a movie that is objectively terrible, but I can't help but laugh at it. Because it's just so violently stupid. Have you ever heard of Deuce Bigelow, American Gigolo? It's a fucking Rob Schneider movie.
That is a name if I've ever heard one.
It's not good. There is an entire scene where there is this woman who has a birth defect, where there's a penis where her nose should be, and she wears a veil the entire time, right?
Oh my God.
And when she gets excited because she's attracted to Rob Schneider, it goes up because she gets a boner, and when she sneezes, fucking jizz just comes out.
Oh my God.
It's a disgust. It's not a good movie. It's disgusting, but I can't help but laugh at it because someone approved of this script and then filmed it. Like, I find that it is amazingly bad. It's so bad. But, like, I can't help but I watch it like a car crash. The fakest part is that anyone were... I mean, yeah. But I'm trying to think, like, if there's anything else. Because here's the thing. If I like a movie, I'm going to defend it with my heart and soul, even though it's probably shit. But I guess the first Scooby-Doo live-action film also counts, because I like it.
Yeah, those would probably also be my next answers.
Well, like, Scooby-Doo 2 is objectively a good movie. Like, especially compared to the first one. But the first movie, it's not... It's very obvious we wanted to make a parody, like, PG-13, like, movie. But then Scooby-Doo got popular again, so we had to make it family-friendly.
The only thing about that movie that I don't like, and it's not necessarily what's in the movie, is what they cut from the movie. They cut this really awesome animated, like, opening for the movie, and then just, like I said, just never used it.
Where they got Shaggy, like, the It Wasn't Me rapper to do the theme song, and it's like...
Yeah.
I have one of the first times that I ever was using editing software with a purpose that wasn't just making little AMVs for myself was screen recording the deleted scenes from the Scooby-Doo 1 DVD, then screen recording the whole movie, putting it in an editing software, and finding the moments where those deleted scenes would have been in, and then splicing them in. It wasn't clean, it wasn't good, but the movie got better.
Making the true movie.
I mean, when you watch the deleted scenes, all of them are just kind of like, why did you cut that? But yeah, I guess those are our answers. Let's see, what else do we got? Wow, we didn't get a lot of questions this week.
So I guess it's time for...
Oh wait, no. Okay, there's 2 other questions. But there's one question and then there's the FMK. But this is actually from Prince of Pretension. Great username this time, Enigma. Good one. What fictional game or contest from any piece of media would you like to play IRL for a big fancy prize or large cash sum with all of its rules, consequences, and all that are detailed in said game or contest? Also, Splatoon.
I would love to play IRL Splatoon.
The safe Squid Game.
Yes.
Okay. Also, who would you play that game with? So I guess as always, a 2-part question from Enigma. So let's start with the first part. A game from a fictional thing we would want to do. And it has all of its rules and consequences.
I want to play Splatoon with my
However,
friend.
this does mean that a lot of the fictional games have respawn. So I don't actually die.
Because that's my very simple answer. Splatoon with all of my friends, especially the ones that like to play Splatoon. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would not mind being covered in ink and doing fun sports events as a fun activity.
And transforming into squids to swim through the ink.
I would sure do love to be a squid kid. I'm a squid now. You're a kid now. Squid kid. You're a kid. You're a squid.
Smash Brothers.
Oh no.
That's just beating the shit out of your friends for the fun of it.
But Smash Brothers with all the items on, so it's fun. And look, they're alive at the end because they're clapping for you. That's the thing. You could beat up your friends, and they're forced to applaud afterwards.
That's chaotic, but I love that answer.
But yeah, I would play that with people who I know who don't like to play Smash Brothers, because I feel like that would be funnier. Because when they're fighting out of pure vitriol because they have to play the game.
I can't wait to smack Derek with a giant, goofy-ass hammer and watch him go flying.
I would like my Smash, because you can have 4 players in Smash. I already took a place. I would get Max. I would get Brett.
Lauren.
No, I don't want to hurt Lauren.
Well,
I would get Derek. There you go. I could beat up 3 guys, and Lauren can be the spectator. But yeah, so there's mine. What about you, Max? Oh, 8-player Smash is a thing. Oh, don't make me think more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's yours?
I guess since we already go into games that are not realistic anyways, or no, that would have to bend reality to function, why not the game from Log Horizon, which is technically just an isekai you get sucked into. No, it's a video game where you cannot wake up out of anymore. However, the one in Log Horizon is actually an interesting world with a lot of world building, and it's not just one big backdrop for the overpowered protagonist to run around and smash people and ladies. So
I love Sword Art Online.
I know, right? So yeah, the game from Log Horizon, where you then wake up and actually have to figure out the fantasy world you're in.
Well, there you go. Are you going to be alone in this adventure?
Oh wait, the people with whom to do it. I need to assemble a good nerd crew. Who know
Am
their
I
skills.
in there?
You,
Hello?
I mean, you are already beating people up in Smash Bros. So I send applications to @ANY on Twitter.
There you go.
Okay, bring your references why you would be a great asset in a fantasy world, fantasy video game turned real.
I play a bard very often.
That's already not bad, not bad.
Yes, I Okay, there you go. So
To the
so here we
probably
are at the FMK.
coolest FMK we had today.
This one is a Colin, I'm so sorry. This fuck Mary Kill may be one of the hardest that we've ever had.
God.
Are you prepared for this, son?
Unless
I think so.
maybe he has an easy out. We don't know. Depending on
maybe his
preferences.
priorities are different than ours.
Yeah.
That we were just like, okay. Ask Awkward. When you wake up in the morning, we all have that special drink that helps us get energized for whatever the day throws at us, be it good or bad. So let's see which of these beverages peps us up the most. That was harder than it should have been. With this sporting edition of Fuck, Marry, Kill morning drinks: coffee, tea, and juice, apple, orange, grape, etc. Some kind of milk that comes from a fruit.
Blood. You mean blood that comes from a fruit?
A toast to these succulent liquids of nourishment and tasty satisfaction. Sometimes when Enigma writes questions, I feel like it's how an alien describes human language.
In the best way possible.
In the best way possible. I mean this with love. But okay, Colin. Coffee, tea, and juice.
Fuck, marry, and kill.
I'd probably kill coffee.
Why?
Why?
Well, it's just my least favorite of the three. I still like coffee, but I like tea and juice more.
Solid, okay.
I'd probably fuck tea and then marry juice.
Why and why?
Juice is just a lot better for you, and it's yummy, and I'd like to spend my life with it. But sometimes I like to get a little frisky and having a little treat with some tea.
I get you.
And the tea, and I feel like the tea is the best to spill the tea with after sex.
When Colin gets hot and bothered, it's like with those 1920s cartoons where his head just turns into a kettle and it goes.
Mallory just looked at me like, "What the fuck am I talking about right now?"
Hey Mal, you want to have a turn with the fuck, marry, kill? Your question.
Mal, would you fuck, marry, or kill tea, juice, or coffee? Come on, let me get close to the Mal so you can hear her.
Okay. This one doesn't count towards our combinations,
Yeah.
but I need to know.
Okay, so I would probably fuck juice.
Why?
Marry. No, wait. Fuck tea, marry juice, kill coffee.
Why? Why, Mal?
So literally
No,
the same.
Don't get me wrong. I love coffee, but like, I would also kill it.
So your answer is literally the same as mine.
Yeah, you guys are in
I think
sync.
we
That's
switched
good
it.
for
Maybe
you.
Kill tea, fuck coffee, and then marry juice.
Why are you gonna kill tea?
It's the last thing I'll drink most of the time.
Oh, I see. But you still like a
And
little
what-
tea every now and then.
And you're gonna fuck the coffee?
With the hierarchy.
Wait, so you're gonna
Huh.
fuck the coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Why?
it has to be very filled with sugar and milk and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'll be very
Okay,
filled,
okay.
all right, if you fuck the coffee. Anyways, that's Mallory's answer.
All right, thank you, Mal. Surprise appearance by Mal, everyone.
Yay, Valerie.
Yay, Valerie. Okay, but okay, so we got your answer.
Which
Max,
was,
it's your.
which was officially killing of the coffee, marrying of the juice, and fucking of the tea.
And fucking the tea,
Okay,
yes.
so my answer is coincidentally different than Colin's, because this is totally not how we have been playing this game for years now.
Yes.
Remember the times when we actually gave sincere answers?
Man, what a loser time.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to say is actually gonna fuck the coffee. I'm not gonna
Why?
marry it. Because at the end of the day, coffee with all the caffeine and whatnot, it's easy to upset the stomach. It has certain consequences in the bathroom. Yeah, I believe it even makes me sweat more. So a lot of stuff that I don't need permanently in my life.
It's a toxic relationship.
It is, and I rather, if I am in a toxic relationship with somebody, I would rather be on a fuck basis than on a marriage and spending every time all your time together basis. So that's why I'm like, I cannot let coffee go. So the occasional fuck is a must, but I try, but it's not an integral part of my life. The tea is simply it's probably among those drinks the healthiest one, because which brings us to and a keeper therefore, and it's also very versatile. Think about it. It's pretty versatile among those. And what brings me to why killing the orange juice first, or the juice in general. The juice nowadays, you barely ever get pure juice. It's usually some kind of half artificial drink with lots of sugar in it and whatnot. And but it still has all the acids to give to mess up your stomach. So kill the juice. Juice is not as healthy as it's made out to be. So kill this pretender. And yeah, that was my answer. What about Yuki? You need to literally write it down to be able to rotate it in your mind.
Yes, it's one of those days, man. Okay, Colin, what was your marry again? Coffee?
No, it
Juice.
was
You
married
marry
juice.
juice.
You are going to marry coffee, fuck juice, and kill
No.
tea.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's see how I can bullshit my way out of this one. So I'm killing tea.
But why? Why do you make this decision completely by yourself and without any arbitrary rules forcing you to?
Let me explain.
Mm-hmm,
Sorry, I have to get my killer face on. Let me explain. What makes tea think it's so fucking special? Like, I'm gonna kill it because most of the tea drinkers that I know that are like, oh, I drink so much tea, are fucking assholes. So like what entitles them to think that they're so special? Oh, it's just a much more natural experience. You're drinking leaves. You're drinking the thing that the trees get rid of after like a season.
So because of the consumers, you kill the consumee.
I'm killing it at the source. I'm attacking matcha specifically. You people just drink grass.
So it's not even the tea's fault. You are just killing it to get one over the people who like it. I mean, I can respect this, but okay, it's a pretty messed up reason, but it's a reason. Why the other two things?
Okay, so I'm marrying coffee because I have a caffeine addiction and I don't feel like dealing with my problems.
No, Odie, kill matcha, not fuck matcha. He didn't pay attention.
Odie. See us after class. Okay, but no.
Sorry, yeah, your marriage for you marrying coffee.
But yes, so to explain why. To show how much that I have maybe a coffee problem and I'm just going to let it consume my life.
That's true. Then it makes a very brutal point against
Uncle
you.
Iroh, I can't believe a friend of mine would say such a thing. Well, friends don't have to agree on everything, Denim. We agree on way
it's
too
Uncle
much
Iroh.
already. No, in an Uncle Iroh voice.
Yeah, but still.
However, I know
Yes.
that Denim likes matcha. Denim, we agree on way too many things. We need to have something that separates us as people. But no, this morning I made a coffee, put it on my desk and drank some of it, and then I went into the room to take a shower, and then I made another cup of coffee. These are both two basically filled cups of coffee, and I've been drinking both.
I like coffee a lot. I used to drink it a lot more in high school, but after a while it just started giving me the toots.
Well, it doesn't with me. I have a very fucky stomach. Coffee doesn't affect it. which means we're probably meant to be. If coffee, of all the things that fuck my stomach up verily, the coffee is one of the few things with caffeine that doesn't fuck it. Pre-workout, 90% of the time, fucks my stomach. Fucking Bang energy drink fucks my stomach. Coffee doesn't. Sugar-free Monster also doesn't. Why these are all on my desk? You don't need to fucking know. So yeah, I'm gonna marry coffee because it doesn't hurt me. And that's the only standard you need for marriage, right? I should have saved that for the awkward ending.
Oof.
Okay, it was funny. It was funny.
It was funny, but ooh.
Feel bad that you laughed. Okay. And now I'm gonna fuck Juice.
That's gonna burn.
See, in reality, this was gonna be my kill, because I do not like Juice. So an aside to the audience, that's my real answer. So now this is going to be acting Chrissy. So just pretend that acting Chrissy is real Chrissy, okay? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to fuck the shit. No, don't. Anyway, I'm going to fuck the shit out of Juice. Man, I love Juice. So, why am I going to fuck Juice?
You like a good burn?
Why do you think it's gonna burn? We're not. Well, not every juice is like filled with acid. Grape juice is not acidic. But like, I mean, oh no, the answer I thought of is a very bad joke. Should I say it? And it's probably not the worst. Look, a lot of people think it's supposed to taste like fruit down there anyway, so I'm just expediting the process. Oh, it's gonna be so It's gonna be so sticky. It's gonna be so sticky. Oh God. Well, I mean, you know, some people like it hot and gross. Turning apple juice into apple cider at that rate. Wait, I have one more. I have one more gross one. If you fuck like a thing of grape juice, does it become wine afterwards from the fermentation?
Oh my God.
Colin, you know the magical word to make it all stop.
Keep going.
No!
Yay! Okay, let me think of another one. You can cut to the post show now.
I don't know, but nobody said the word, not even chat. I counted on you.
Awkward, nightmare.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.